I see a box of pennies and more. Someone better explain what's going on with this hunt. Stay tuned. Collectors, and please remember to subscribe if you haven't. Most of my viewers are not subscribers, so please subscribe so you can get notified when there are more videos. Well, let me explain what's going on here. My bank was running out of bank boxes, and so they put something special together for me. They gave me 21 rolls from 2020, so I can look for the special die crack variety. We got a whole bunch of customer wrap rolls. We'll see if they're any good. They may not be. I got some more rolls from eBay. These are all wheat pennies. We'll see if there's anything good in there. We'll see if it can beat these. And what is this diamonder? Well, it's another roll. We got an Indian on one side, a dime roll on the other. We got this off of eBay. We'll see how this compares. And yes, we even have the 2020s I've pulled out of my hunt so far this year to look for that die crack variety. So how are we going to do this? Well, what I think we'll do is we'll rotate until we get through a round of these just for comparison. And then we'll go through the rest of these. And then maybe I'll feature this in a separate edition on any die hunt varieties. And I'll show you a few if I get some. In the meantime, we're going to get started. And I think we're going to start with a customer wrap roll. I'll bring you in to see all the good stuff that we find. That is, if we find good stuff. As always, we're looking for low mintage key dates and semi-key dates. Looking for Indian scents, not the ones that are planted, but I'll take that anyway. And we're looking for anything else that's good and interesting. All right, stay tuned, guys. Hey, collectors, we're off to a pretty good start with the first customer wrap roll. We got a Wheaties showing. Don't see anything else, but I do see a variety of coppers in here. And we got a 1947. Okay, so I'm gonna start putting these aside and I'll sort them out by year later on. And I'm actually gonna have to keep track of these on a piece of paper because we got a lot going on in this hunt. But I'll bring you back in if there are more. All right, collectors, so I think in terms of competition, I'm gonna do it in two different ways. All right, the customer wrap rolls versus these eBay rolls. I'm gonna do it as follows. So we're just going to look for coins that I need to fill gaps in my album. I think that's the best way to use these eBay rolls. And of course, anything from the teens. I just opened up this first roll, started going through it. This is a very weird looking one, obviously. Like I thought that was stainless steel, but it's a very highly polished 1920. And I'll bring you back at the end when I go through this roll to compare versus the one find here. And I'm not expecting a lot. I'm surprised I actually have one. All right, I'll bring you back, guys. Look at that. We actually got a coin I needed for my book, which is really the reason why I bought the rolls from eBay, is that at this point with the ones that I need from the teens and 20s and 30s that are have mint marks, living on the East Coast, it's very hard to come by those. So all right, it's 1-1, and we will move on to the next roll, which will be a customer wrap roll. And it just happened to have been, if you hadn't caught that, a 1935 out of San Francisco with 39 million minted, which is not a lot relative to some of the others. All right, collectors, we just finished going through the second customer wrap roll. We got 3 finds: a Canadian, 1976, a 2009, one of the varieties, the White House, and then we got another wheat penny, and this one is from, if we can read it properly here, 1941. So another one from the 40s. All right, we'll get the second eBay roll opened up and see if we get at least 3 finds for my album. All right, well, we've just finished going through the second eBay roll. And we got a 1938D that only had 20 million minted and a 1930S with 24 million minted. So 2 more finds. Not bad. I'm glad to fill up this album a bit more. But the customer wrap roll with 3 finds beat the eBay roll of 2 finds, even though we had more Wheaties in, obviously, the eBay roll. All right, I'm going to put these in there. And then we'll move on to the third customer wrap roll. All right, third customer wrap roll. No Wheaties, but another Canadian. All right, we'll dig into the third eBay roll and we see how well we do. All right, here we go. Customer wrapped roll number 4. So far, the wrapped rolls are beating the eBay rolls in terms of finds. Hey, collectors, we're back. I took a little bit of a break. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sort out all the pennies from those. All right, I got this all sorted out. We got the 40s and 50s in this container here with the other ones that I've been pulling out from past hunts. This is everything from teens, 20s, and 30s, including the 2 steel cents that I found so far in the eBay rolls. These are the 30s. Here are the teens. These are the 20s. I'll sort them out more later, but these are the eBay roll finds. And in here we have the customer wrap roll finds, just to keep them separate because I was going to lose a little track. We'll go back to the hunt so far. Just to recap, you know, we're doing probably customer wrap rolls more finds than the eBay rolls. Now remember, I'm not counting these as finds unless I get a coin from the eBay roll that I need in an album. And with that, we're gonna get back to the customer wrap roll and I'll bring you in if we have any goodies. All right, I just opened up the 5th customer wrapped roll and right away, we got another find. 1948. It's actually in really nice shape. Nice clean strike on the back. I don't really see any surface marks. Even the front is pretty decent. All right, so we got another find. I'll put that aside and we'll go through the rest of this. All right, well, we just finished that roll and this 1948 was the only one that we found, but it is the 3rd wheat cent of the hunt from the proper bank box, or at least the customer wrap rolls at least. I'll grab the next eBay roll and we'll see if we can fill any gaps in the album. All right, we just got that one open. And I have to be honest with you, I am surprised at the number of wheat cents from the teens, 20s, and 30s that I've pulled out of the rolls so far. We'll see if this one is any good like that. Well, that roll was pretty much a bust. Everything was from the 40s and 50s with the exception of 1 cent from the 19 teens, which I'll show you in a second. I did pull out this 1946S to see if it had the S over D variety, but I'm not seeing any D underneath that S. That looks like a pretty nicely clean struck 46S. All right, here's the cent from the teens. You can judge for yourself. 1911 or 1918. Hard to tell. But that was pretty much a wasted roll. I could have easily found these same coins in a coin roll in a box of, or a couple boxes of hunting pennies, at least from the bank. Again, it's harder coming by the teens, 20s, and 30s, which is why I'm appreciative that I pulled out so many so far. Anyway, we'll continue this battle. So, we've got another find from a custom wrapped roll. We'll see if there are any Wheaties hiding. All right, so that Canadian was the only find in that roll, but it is the 3rd Canadian of the hunt. And we'll see if there's anything in the next eBay roll. So far, customer wrap rolls are yielding more finds than the eBay rolls in terms of needs. Well, collectors, if that previous eBay roll was a dud, this one had some surprises. I was not expecting any Indian cents in that specific roll. They were supposed to be all Wheaties. So this is quite nice. We got a 1906, an 1882, and a 1901. And these 2 are not bad shape. Yes, they're a bit dirty, but you could read Liberty on both of these, even from this distance, not even underneath the microscope. On the headdress there. That's pretty cool. These are the 20s, this nice 1918, and a bunch from the 30. The rest were from the 40s and 50s. Unfortunately, nothing for the album, but we got these 3 finds that were unexpected. And I think this means that the eBay rolls just pulled up with the custom wrapped rolls in terms of unexpected finds. All right, well, we're going to now pause this battle. I'm going to open up the last eBay roll, which I'm not including this because it's got a planted Indian and a planted dime by design. But again, I want to see if we get anything for the album. And then we'll move on to the conventional rest of the hunt of the wheat pennies. And then we'll look at, as planned, these 2020s for die crack varieties. All right, we got the roll opened. That 1949 is out of San Francisco. And this looks like a steel cent. So I'll go through this and I'll show you what's inside. All right, I pulled the Indian cent that was in the end, and that's this 1904. And then here's the steel cent. It is a 1943S, which is great. And next to it was its friend, an 1897 Indian cent, which also was not expected. These are both nice looking Indian cents. We'll see what else is lurking. All right, guys. Well, these are some of the nicer ones in that roll. Most of them were from, the 40s and the 50s. And I set this over dime aside, but we did come up with 3 from the teens. Fortunately, that 1910's date is damaged. But it's still a nice find. We got a bunch from the 20s. We still have those 2 Indians. And then we have a whole bunch down here. And this 1939D, I needed for the album. All right, so we got another find. Very nice. So from that perspective, I'm not hating this roll. Sometimes it's hard to find these early years, particularly with these mint marks in bank hunts. So I don't mind spending a little money. I think I spent like $7 on this roll. And again, $7 worth of fun. All right, well, let me get this cleaned up and we'll get back to the hunt with customer wrap rolls. So there's the 1939D snug in its home. As you can see, only 15 million minted. Pretty low number. I don't believe that makes it a semi-key. No, because those are underneath 10 million, but it's still a great find. And a quick wrap up. I think I got 4 cents that I needed. I'm going to have to go back into some of the footage just to confirm, so I'll probably put a note down at the bottom. We did find 5 Indians, which are up here. Basically 4 unexpected ones. We got 3 steel cents, which I'm usually not expecting to find in these eBay rolls. And these rest here, as I mentioned before, teens, 20s, and the rest are 30s. All right. We'll get back to the regular hunt. All right, collectors. Well, I think we're going to switch gears and start looking for some of the 2020 varieties that have die crack. I will come back in and show you if we find any. I'm going to search a few rolls before we get back to the customer wrap rolls. And I'm going to start with the 2020s that I've pulled out in past hunts, which is maybe about 10, 15 pennies shy of a full roll. All right. Wish me luck. All right, collectors. I thought I'd bring you in to show you what looks like a die crack in the rim here. See the line cutting through, and then as we go across, it disappears. And it looks like we got a little bit of a die chip there as well. So this looks like one of the 2020 era coins with the die crack in it. I'm going to pull this one aside and look for some more. I'm looking at the 2020. In a certain angle, it looked like doubling, but I'm going to call that just shadow from the light based on the angle it was on. But that's definitely a die crack right there. All right, so we found one. We're going to keep looking for other varieties. I thought I'd show you guys what the regular rim looks like. And you can see there's no line intersecting through it at all. It's the same range as the other one I just showed you. So that's why I'm calling the other one the die crack variety. Well, collectors, we didn't find any more varieties, but we're going to go on to part 2, where we will finish the customer wrap rolls. I'll post that in a few days. Thanks for watching, and as always, please remember to subscribe.